Kong Skull Island is a film that came out in 2017, and I've always had it in my head as like an enjoyable watch, as long as you turn your brain off whenever you watch it. And I made the mistake of watching it with my brain switched on. And as a result of that, there is one scene that sticks in my head and that I always think of whenever I think of King Kong, and I'm going to rant about it today. So let me set the scene. We have a fleet of helicopters flying over Skull Island, and they are just dropping bombs on it. And their whole goal behind this is that they have someone using, like, vibration technology trying to map out the underground of Skull Island for, like, its geological resources, which I'm not even going to begin to explain how this would not work at all with the way they're doing it, but that's not important to this scene, really. So we're just witnessing this absolute war on foliage, just war crimes on the wildlife. And we got this guy in the helicopter who's just getting way too into it. Like, this is John Deforestation himself. He has some serious trauma tied to foliage. He was bullied by trees whenever he was a child or something. And it's all well and good until this happens. Now, I cut that down a bit to remove some of the violence so that my video doesn't immediately get taken down, but I'm about to go through it a little bit slower because what? So to start this off, Kong nails a perfect touchdown Hail Mary spiral with a tree straight through the helicopter, which he really needs to consider his NFL career because that was a crazy throw. I would love to see a franchise entry called like Kong vs. Brady Battle for the Bowl. And after he hits that perfect pass, he then takes out a second helicopter with just a big old monkey slap.
There comes a giant fish!
No! Everyone's shocked and taking it all in, and we end up with this absolutely awesome looking shot of King Kong with the helicopters approaching. It's a crazy looking shot, and you can tell they definitely arranged this entire scene around getting this shot, and not as much as it making sense, because what just happened? So let me get this straight, Kong Skull Island. The 20-story tall giant monkey just pulled off a successful stealth ambush of a military helicopter fleet. Like, what are the pilots looking at? I understand we got the guy in the back who is just transfixed on the explosions, like he's not looking for Kong, obviously. But the pilots, they can't even look backwards. They're obviously looking forward, but still somehow have no idea he's even there. Like, the pilots are looking forward and they still get surprised. I mean, look at the pilots in the tree ship. They don't even react to the tree being there until it's like 40 feet in front of them. They're just like, huh? So not only did he pull off that crazy throw, they just completely missed him doing it. He was probably winding up like Popeye over there with that tree, and the pilots just couldn't see him straight ahead. Being devil's advocate, maybe he threw it from really far away, like really far. They had no chance of seeing it coming. He's just got that good of an arm. They didn't see Kong whatsoever yet. He's still in the horizon. Well, that kind of gets undermined when he immediately slaps the second helicopter out of the air. How does that even happen? They somehow managed to fly in a straight line and get into melee range of a 20-story tall monkey and didn't even notice until he was in the process of slapping them. What are they looking at? I also just think it's so funny that the guy who calls out the gorilla slap isn't even in the front of the plane either. He's in the back pointing it out. The pilots are so useless. It's like for this movie, the military is using pilots that they took straight out of GTA taxis. Like, you set that waypoint, and they don't care if there's, like, a nuclear explosion going off in front of them. They're still gonna be laying on the horn and trying to go around it. That's just what this reminds me of. Maybe they were just so locked in coming from the Vietnam War, and they were just scanning their horizon, like, 10 o'clock we got a shrub, not Vietnamese. 11 o'clock we got a tree, not Vietnamese. 12 o'clock, giant monkey, not Vietnamese. 1 o'clock, giant monkey?! Maybe they all just need eye exams, though. Maybe they all could just benefit from a pair of glasses. Because we got this guy in the back who is just completely confused by what he's looking at.
Is that a monkey?
Is it a monkey? You're like 200 feet away from it and it's 20 stories tall. He's looking like it's a ship on the horizon squinting for it and shit. It is 200 feet in front of him. And I mean, maybe he's squinting because of the sunset, but I am not using that as a good excuse because in every other one of the shots, except for the helicopters flying towards Godzilla, it is just not the same time of day. It is just earlier in the day. I just think it's crazy to have a giant monster movie where the giant monster is somehow sneaking up on people, let alone military pilots with an eagle eye over the entire island. Like, what is happening? They could have easily just made like a mountain or a canyon that he was hiding behind or that he jumped out of or did something. You know, make it make any sense, but he's just standing in the middle of the wide open. That just makes it even stupider. That's like if Jurassic Park had one of the giant dinos sneak up on someone instead of being like dreadful from far away, shaking the water. Oh wait, they did that? What the fuck?